I want to show you inside the software tool here a basic frame comparison. In this comparison, let's pretend that our patient walked in the door and they had a plan retail allowance of $160 and a frame wholesale allowance of $55. Going to compare three different frame scenarios here. Let's say all of these frames we retail at $180, just for comparison's sake. Let's say that our first frame has a frames list price or frames data price of $54. Our next frame in the scenario was only a couple bucks more, but it was $56. And then our last one here we'll say was also $54. And let's look here at our vendor discounts. We'll pretend that the first two frames are like typical name brand frames that maybe we're only getting a 20% discount. Not many companies like to discount those very much. And let's pretend that our last frame is a frame with a value type company with perhaps a 40% discount. We're going to add this data to our graph, and then we're going to go and view our graph and see where our profit was. We noticed that the first frame, which was just under the wholesale allowance by $1, it had a cost of goods of $43. The margin was $10 on that frame, so not a great margin on that frame. But notice if we go $1 over the allowance, which we spent $2 more, that frame margin more than doubled on that particular frame. Notice also the last column, which was our budget type frame, our value frame. It also had a great frame margin compared to the first option, which was $21. Also, we've got a lot less capital tied up in this frame. This frame is only $32 in actual cost of goods. The other benefit of this frame is zero patient copay. Patients don't like copays. So while we had a good margin here, it came on the back of the patient. That 16 bucks came straight from the patient. They may or may not be happy about that. So in this scenario, we earned almost as much, but we did it through lowering our cost of goods. But you have to be careful. Just simply buying a inexpensive frame, as we see in the first option, didn't necessarily net us what we were looking for. Without a good vendor discount, we see our actual cost of goods graphed out here, our patient copay, and obviously the patients like that zero copay, and then our actual frame margin. So we want to be in these two categories here, and we see how to get there, and that is through either buying above that plan, or if we buy under that plan, then we need to buy under that plan at a substantial discount. So just wanted to go over some of those things with you, and hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you.